changed my life, helping these people after having problems with their health, the bypass surgery. Global Wellness Summit says that 90% of these people are looking to find a hotel with good facilities. And 85% of these people are very happy with the facilities that they are finding in the hotel. So at the moment, right now, the spa and the fitness and the health clubs are not as an additional restaurant. They're an essential part of a 5-star hotel, even 4-star.
I'm Farah Shammas. Welcome to Hotel Talk. We hope you enjoy listening to this friendly conversation between people connected by real life in hotels. Welcome back to another episode of Hotel Talk podcast. And today I have with me a dear friend for many, many years. We've been working together. We are on the board of the Cyprus Spa Association together. It is George Tavelis, who is the founder and the managing director of Sanctum, which is part of the Tavelis Spa concept, which has the Limassol Marinas Spa. It has 20 spas in Greece and I think several other projects going on. And I'm going to let George tell us a little bit about that. But George, maybe we'll start at the beginning and just tell everyone, obviously you're Cypriot, but tell everyone a bit about you, where you grew up, a little bit about your life and how you ended up in the spas.
Farah, thank you very much for having me here. What you are doing is fantastic. I love what you are doing. It's, having people here and sharing their experience and especially talking about the hotel industry and the wellness and nutrition and all of these things. I have seen several episodes of yours and they're actually right at the point. A lot of people are enjoying it.
Oh, thank you so much, George.
Yeah. All my life I was around exercise and health. I grew up doing different kind of sports. I end up playing as a professional footballer. I was a goalkeeper playing at Apollon.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I knew you were sporty, but I didn't realize you were a goalkeeper with Apollon.
I play in Apollon in the first team, and I play in the national team of Cyprus also.
Oh.
Yeah. So after I finished the army, I had a very good proposal and offer from Philip Christopher in New York to go there and play for New York Freedom's Pan Cypriot at that time and study at the same time. So I left Cyprus. Even though I had a lot of love for Apollon and for playing football, but I went there because I saw that the future was, and especially when there were no motivation at that time for players to stay and play in Cyprus, and the incentive to go and play in the States with Pan Cypriot covering your expenses and paying for your school, it was very, very good, and a lot of Cypriot players, they went there and
it must have been
literally
an opportunity not to be missed.
Yes, of course, a very good opportunity. So I went there, and I went actually with my wife there with Antonia. And
that's so nice. You were together since then?
We were together since high school. High school sweetheart, yes. 30 something. Anyway. And then I stayed there for 10 years. I played for New York Freedoms, for Pan Cypriot. I was a captain there, and I studied physical education, my first degree. And then I did my master in exercise physiology. Then I started my PhD at Columbia University. And 2 years after within my PhD, I got an offer from the president of the Cyprus Spa Association from Goa at that time, Mr. Ouranios Ioannidis, to come and open with some other people, to open the Sports Research Center in Cyprus, to do tests for athletes and all of these things, which it was my study. And I was convinced, actually, from my father-in-law, my mother, to come back. And,
everybody wanted you back.
Yeah, and I did the second master actually because I was already 2 years within the
PhD.
I did a second master in clinical exercise physiology, my specialty in cardiac rehabilitation.
So 1 minute, you did that in lieu of the PhD or
In lieu of the
afterwards?
PhD.
Okay.
Yeah. Instead of finishing the PhD, because if
You
I
got
was
a
finishing the
master's,
PhD, I was going to stay as an academic in New York. It's I did the second master, and I came back to Cyprus.
So you liked studying. You did like studying, obviously.
Yes, I did like studying, especially the medical part of exercise, and that's why I'm very much within the health industry and working with the cardiac patients while I was doing my second master's. It changed my life, helping these people after having problems with their health, bypass surgery, and any kind of cardiac issues, bringing them back to the normal everyday life after 3 months. It was an amazing concept. So when I came back to Cyprus, I worked for a while at the sports center, and then I didn't want to continue there for obvious reasons, because I came from the States with a lot different standards, and it
must have been a massive culture shock in both ways. I mean, you already touched on the fact that being here and being with Apollon and local sports teams, and then getting the opportunity to go to the States and see, I mean, real, I don't want to say professionalism, but it's a different level. It's a different level of organisation. And then coming back here so many years later, how did you find that? It must have been
a huge difference, especially working in laboratories and in universities with very, very high standard, like Columbia University and Queen's College. When I was there, it was, my professors were the professors that they used to write the books of exercise physiology. I came back and I found a lot of things that they were not up to the standard of testing the athletes, and not only lack of equipment, but lack of mentality of the people that were there. And I had to resign and I left. It was not...
But how did you cope with that psychologically and emotionally? Because that must have been really frustrating for you, knowing what you knew and then seeing the mentality not there to help people.
It was very hard, especially to see that all of these people that we had, all of these athletes that we had, and they were doing different kind of sports, being able to give them more and give an actual and a very thorough and professional exercise prescription to their coach to make them improve. And we couldn't do that because it was, anyway, I don't want to elaborate on that, but, they have very good, and from that time, they had very good professional people there, and they made it better, and and it's going well right now.
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
I had to do something else, so I came back to Limassol. I opened my own cardiac rehabilitation center. I had a cardiologist, psychologist. It was the first in Cyprus. I had nutritionists. We are monitoring the patients with a wireless monitor to see their heart and improve them, doing their tests in the beginning and improving them and sending them back to work very, very soon. It was an amazing thing, but we couldn't last because we didn't have the support of the government. Because in the States, these cardiac rehabilitation centers, they were surviving because of the insurance. Everything was covered by the insurance. So
and everybody has private insurance.
Yes, we had a lot of promises from the government. That
I was reading yesterday that the price of insurance has gone up so much at the moment in the States that for a family they're paying about $20,000 a year at the moment for insurance.
I agree with you.
Insane.
And, it's more important to get a very good insurance than have a good salary, actually, in the States. And then while I had the rehabilitation center, I was doing some small consultancy for fitness centers, for different hotels. And I ended up in Mediterranean to manage the place there with Dimos. We had a very good cooperation there with Mr. Dimos. And then I had a proposal from the late Mr. Galdariotis, an amazing person, to go and manage the club of, actually to do the consultants and set up the fitness center of the Meridian. At that time, they were renovating the fitness center. I did that. I went there, I operated it, and then we have decided to move on with the spa. So I started from the beginning with the Galdariotis family, getting me into the spa industry. I went to Forte Village at that time. Meridian was under Forte Village. I went to the Forte Village of Sardinia. I got trained from Dr. Scarpa and Dr. Cerina at that time. And then I went to the University of Milan and I did some training on thalassotherapy. And we started to build up the Meridian, which was one of the biggest spas in the world at that time.
Goodness, when it was the talk of the island at the time. I mean, it was the first thalassotherapy unit. It had amazing spa rooms. I mean, it was just fantastic.
It was amazing. And, you know, it
was Le Meridian, it was hotel and spa. I mean, it was really, people went for that.
It put Cyprus on the map of the spas at that time. And, the whole thing started from the vision that the family had of Galdariotis. Mr. Kostas is, I'm always going to say this, he's the person who helped me next to me.
Yeah.
And
he's also on this podcast. Yeah, you've got an episode coming out.
Yeah, of course. Send my regards. And he gave me the opportunity to move on. I will always say this. We did a fantastic job, and we won the best spa in the world for several years. We used to have 72 people working there. I used to
Unbelievable.
Used to do more than 300 treatments per day.
Unbelievable.
The thing that I remember the time when the Russians it was their holidays at the
beginning of May. First 10 days of May.
Yes, first 10 days of May. I used to have a pile of packages around 20,000 pounds at that time. I couldn't put them in the system. If I had another 10, 20 treatments and I had 34 at that time, it was going to be full. So, it was a huge operation. It gave me amazing experience on that. And then in 2004, I decided that I had to move on with my own company. And I moved to Greece. I opened my company there. And we had a very good, we had the brand of Elemis at that time. I was a supplier there in Greece. And I opened 34 spas at the same time. We're operating 34 spas in all the
Incredible.
islands. And it was amazing the dynamic of Le Meridian at that time, because I will never forget that. I was sitting in a conference room with my marketing team, and I saw a newspaper. At that time we didn't have internet and whatever. I saw a newspaper in 2004 during the Olympics, and when Greece won the
2004 was the year. We even got Eurovision.
Yeah. Yes,
everything happened.
Everything at that time.
We had an unplanned,
including including the Euro of 2004. Everything
happened in 2004. It was unbelievable.
And there were a lot of opportunities. While I was sitting there, I saw that Granizo Lagonisi, it's opening the spa. And I went out at the reception, I picked up the phone and I called Granizo Lagonisi. I told him, can I speak to the general manager? She told me he's busy. I told him George Tavelis from Meridian wants to speak to him. In 2 minutes, he gave me the phone. He was on the phone. And he told me, George, what do you want? I told him, I'm in Greece now. I'm opening my company. He said, come tomorrow. We will meet with Mr. Antononakis, the owner. And I got the spa immediately. The one inside and the one outside there immediately. That's with the name that I had and the name of...
It was just meant to be.
Yeah, I was going like that. And in 2006, I decided to come back to Cyprus. I was homesick. My youngest daughter was 2. My oldest was 5 at that time. Was going on Monday, coming back on Friday. Sometimes I used to travel because...
So they were still based here?
They were based here. I was going back and forth, and I opened a spa. I also opened a spa in Mexico City. I used to go there.
Whoa.
I had a very nice LME spa there. So I decided to come to Cyprus. I took over the Aphrodite Hills, which I helped to be built, and
also a fantastic spa with an amazing name. So.
Yes, we did. The Aphrodite Hills was for me. It was the first destination spa in Cyprus. We had actually I was the first that I started with the flexible fitness package with Wellbeing Escapes, and it was a huge success. We used to have a lot of room nights from the spa to the hotel. We used to offer different kind of activities during the day. A lot of people were coming from all over Europe, especially UK, to do this package, and we got the experience of working as a destination spa there. And at the same time was doing a lot of spas, different kind of spas all over Europe. And 2010, I decided to move on with my own company. And I did a standalone spa there, Sanctum. And from then on,
Which is a stunning location, and you did it so beautifully.
Thank you very much.
Credit where credit's due. It's really beautiful, and
And at the moment, I have in my portfolio over 105 spas at the moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
My last baby is Minthis Hills, which is an amazing spa there. It's operated by Sanctum. We have, at the moment, as a company, 11 projects on the pipeline in Greece and some in Cyprus and some are, even in Croatia, we've got a spa coming up. We are doing, official consultants of Marriott and Hyatt. And we are also an official consultant of Johns Hopkins Hospital. We're doing the rehabilitation center of Johns Hopkins Hospital at Jeddah.
Wow.
Yeah, in Saudi Arabia.
What an incredible journey. And what I think fascinates me the most was firstly that you're a man who's gone into spas, which is not maybe the most obvious, although there's a lot of gentlemen behind them. But I think it's that your love for fitness and the science, and then that took you into the well-being, and it's really about giving back. It's not about getting someone in to do a quick facial and making some money. It's really about a holistic approach to well-being. I have here a question for you. What do you think the world's fascination with spas is? Because, spas came out really as... I remember when we were built, which is exactly 36 years ago when we opened, we had a health club. It was all about a health club. And, it was a small gym and a hotel. Maybe there was one room to have a bit of a massage. Maybe you offered a bit of a juice, but it was, a very, very different concept to everything, to exercise, to well-being. And over the decades and years, it's really evolved to more of a holistic health. Now people talk about sleep and nutrition and mental well-being and looking after your mental health and so much more. But spas really came about with this huge, it was like a boom when suddenly they came out. Why? What do you think was the need for that? And why does everybody recognize that it's like an ultimate luxury? I don't know.
Obviously, it's because people are... They need to unwind. They need to escape somewhere, and it became a boom. And unfortunately, the word spa became very marketing wise, where the word wellness should be there first, and that's all the first thing that we need to think about. And people who are on the need of relaxing, and especially after the booming of the millennium and all of these things, people were looking to do something luxury and escape. But nowadays it became, as you mentioned, it became a lot of around mental health, about focusing what wellness is. And wellness is different from one person to another. Wellness for me, for example, is to wake up in the morning and exercise. For you, might be sitting and watching the sea and relaxing. and everything at the moment it's around the mental health. That is what it's all about for me, because unfortunately, depression it will become the biggest disease in the next 5 to 10 years.
I think it already is. I think we've already hit 1 in 3 now. Will suffer or have suffered from some form of mental illness, and depression is number one. Yes,
unfortunately, and prevention is the answer for me. Okay, maybe at the first point, a lot of people will be taking medication, but eventually they have to find the way to do something in order to prevent this, to find their way of finding the place or the activity or they should do in order to relieve the stress from themselves. And spas are helping a lot, and especially destination spas. There are a lot of people, especially the primary travelers, the ones that they are traveling in order to change their lifestyle. They're finding different kind of destinations and different countries, and their primary goal is to go to a spa, and then they're looking for a good accommodation. Where the difference with our hotels is the hotels are accommodation come first, and then the spa is for the secondary, we say, travelers, the ones that they are looking to continue their health lifestyle regime. I'm talking about they are eating healthy home, they are exercising healthy, and they are doing some different kind of treatments. And the first thing that the travelers are looking at the moment is to continue this lifestyle they've got, and they are looking to find actually a study that came out of Global Wellness Summit says that 90% of these people are looking to find a hotel with good facilities, and 85% of these people are very happy with the facilities that they are finding in the hotel. So at the moment, right now, the spa and the fitness and the health clubs are not as an additional restaurant. They're an essential part of a 5-star hotels, even 4-star hotels. In Cyprus, we've got more than 80 very good spas in 5 and 4-star hotels, all over Cyprus. It's very...
And we have the perfect conditions for holistic well-being and for escape. Yeah, I mean, the weather's perfect even in January. It's amazing to go outside and just exercise outside and go for a walk and relax. And I know that at St. Raphael, we're actually doing dynamic packaging now where people can have a proper retreat here, but package up themselves so they can choose to see a psychologist or a well-being coach or a life coach or a nutrition coach. They can have a nutrition analysis. They can have a personal trainer. They could learn tennis. They could do yoga. They could do Reiki. So they can they can do a juicing detox. So they can package it up all themselves because, as you rightly said, what works for one person doesn't work for another. So that was my kind of philosophy. Instead of doing a retreat where I say, you're going to do yoga every day and you're going to have, a lymphatic drainage massage, and maybe that doesn't work for someone. They're like, I don't even like yoga. So they can package up exactly what they feel.
This is something that you've been doing because your lifestyle is like that.
Yeah.
And
so you understand.
You understand exactly how to. Not a lot of hotels are taking advantage of the beauty that they have. I'm talking about you're on top of the sea with your beautiful garden here and the marina next door. Not a lot of people are taking this lifestyle, choices to give to the people.
Yeah, and just the views that we have in Cyprus. I mean, at Sanctum here, I mean, I don't know many places in the world where you exercise on top of the sea. I mean, it's just stunning.
I agree with you. Farah, the reason that we've got so many people moving to Cyprus to stay is because Cyprus, and especially Limassol, is a wellness city. we've got all of the characteristics of a wellness city. A wellness city, for example, is a place where you have, a nice weather, a very good choices of food. You've got a very good educational system, a very decent healthcare system, and choices,
cycling lanes,
choices to exercise.
We've got I don't even know, is it 15 kilometers now up each walk? It's amazing.
Outdoor exercises. So it gives us all the right characteristics to be a wellness city, and we are a wellness city, and we should take advantage of this.
Vitamin D from the sun and lots of vitamin L, vitamin love.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So let's talk a bit about on that note, about the Cyprus Spa Association that we're both part of, that you were the instigator for it. So to have regulations so that not just any, use an English expression, Tom, Dick or Harry can open a place and slap the name spa on it and call themselves a wellness centre. So let's tell everyone just briefly what's that about.
We've been struggling for many years now, and I hope with a new deputy minister we can push this, is to create some very simple criteria for the spas. And the criteria should have some standards about our treatment rooms, about health and safety, about our therapies, and the most important is the operating standard procedures that we want to implement for all the spas to have. So we don't want to go and say, okay, you are not, you don't have this and you won't be part of the Cyprus Spa Association. We want to go and say, let's help you.
Yeah, let's up your game a bit.
Up your game, because we want to promote Cyprus as a wellness destination. So we want to bring everybody to a very good standard. And we are struggling, all of us, not only in the in the spa industry, but generally in the hospitality industry, to find staff, good therapists, good staff to work in our hotels. And it's we are trying a lot of things to do in order to prepare people before hiring and working in the spa.
Absolutely.
And
So now I'm just going to go back a little bit to your company, just on the note of escapes. Tell us a bit about your name, Sanctum.
Sanctum, Sanctum. It's a Latin word that means your time, your space, and
like sanctuary.
Yes, sanctuary. And this is what I'm trying to. This is a mentality I'm trying to change, and this is the concept. This is my management style. I'm talking about someone walking into Sanctum or into my spas, and generally my staff are well trained, and they are ready to listen. Because if you work in this industry, in the hospitality industry, but generally in the wellness industry, and you are not able to listen what someone says, not they need, what they say, in order to figure out what they need.
Yeah, not what you think they need.
Yes,
but what they're saying, therefore what you can understand.
There's a big difference.
Yeah,
because you won't be able to give them something to change their lifestyle, and eventually give them something to take back home with them. This at-home spa experience is what we are doing within our spas. It's not only to have people to do treatments and to, to say, I feel very nice, it was very good, thank you. No, we need to teach people how to exercise, how to eat healthy, how to use the products we are using, and what they should do when they go home. So they get this recommendation from you, and they are saying, okay, I have changed something by visiting the spa. It doesn't matter if it's 1 day or if it's 2 days or if it's a week, but I will go back to you because you changed my lifestyle and you have done something.
Yeah.
So if your staff, they're not calm, they don't wake up in the morning and they want to come to work, their energy is not at the right place to accept the negative energy of other people and calm them and listen to them, I think you fail from the time you just put the key in the door and you open. This is my management style, actually. This is my philosophy in the spa industry.
To get them happy to come to work and motivated. So let's go into, do you have any stories that you want to share from all these years of your spa experience? Any clients without names that maybe were memorable, something funny, something shocking?
Oh, a lot of stories. It's you met my friend Jangi.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Jangi, the only story, one of the stories that he has taken from my spas is that the story that he goes around and he's saying that we had a girl that came to us and she was anorexic. Actually, she was 30-something kilos, and from the day that she came, my team was so accepted of her. And we had our nutrition in taking care of her. We had our fitness instructor calling all day. We put her target. We did a lot of things to change her lifestyle. And at the moment, she's a beautiful lady working in a very good company. Actually, she also did some modeling. And her mother, and she was so happy she came to thank us and all of these things. These are the things that we want in this industry to change. And she's our client, and she comes every day. And it's this is what it's all about. It's not only helping people to lose weight. I'm talking about helping people generally
To be healthy.
To be healthy,
Mind, body, and spirit.
Yes, that's something that I mention it all the time. I have it as an example. And
anorexia is such a tough one because I think a lot of people associate anorexia with that stereotypical 30-kilo body frame, but you can be anorexic and be overweight. It's, you're just not at that skinny stage at that point. It's all a mental thing about controlling your food because you can't control the rest of your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you need to be associated with an environment and people that will change your lifestyle. That girl, she was associated with us, and she helped herself through us. We didn't help her to change. She helped herself by getting attached with the people that were helping her. And
what an amazing story. I also remember one story that you told me years ago that I think, I always tell my team this to be so careful, is that you had somebody, we all have them fill out a form when they come in, saying about any pre-existing conditions. And this lady didn't write that she was pregnant on her form. And she knew, and she'd been, I think, advised by her doctor as well not to do spa treatments. And I think she did like a deep tissue massage or something. And during the massage started miscarriaging. I always remember the story you told me because it's such a
many years
harrowing. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah,
and I share that just to remind anybody who's listening the importance of always being honest as a client, and then obviously as a professional to make sure you listen and try and gauge your client. Yes, it wasn't the professional's fault, but
in many cases, unfortunately, the clients might write their problem, and the therapists, they don't even bother reading it, or if they don't know something, they don't ask before they go to the treatment rooms, and this is one of the things that they have to be very careful, because at the end of the day, you have to do with the health of people. It doesn't matter if it's a normal massage or if it's a facial. It's you are touching people. You are you have to do with their health. So that's why you need to have qualified people to do these things, and this is what, as a Cyprus Spa Association, we are, we're shouting all the time that, don't get anyone that is not qualified to work in the hotels, and especially the seasonal hotels.
Which is hard because the pool of staff is less. Yeah. It's tough because it's interesting rather. I mean, we see some clients come in and want that absolute sanctuary space, just silence, and to come in and relax and be in their own thoughts and just be. And then we have others who literally will come in and tell a therapist their whole life story and sit there, even having a simple pedicure or a massage or facial, and just cry and be there and hug them. And each one is individual, and that's what they need.
To be prepared for everybody. Most of the times people, when they come to the spa, nowadays the trend that we say is that it's not that the people are coming and they want to have a treatment. They want to have a treatment. They want to have this, but the most important thing for them is to have time for their own.
Exactly, time out, time for themselves.
Time for themselves. That's why the spas that we design, we have to have spaces where people can sit by themselves, maybe read a book or maybe watch the view, and this is the reason that most of the times you extend the average stay of a client within the spa, and you need that. Yeah. And when we create a destinations package, from my experience, I'm talking about the experience that I have through the Euphoria retreat that I have created in Greece, which is one of the best destination spas in the world. What we have done in the spa package, you don't put more than 1.5 treatments per day. Not because the price will go up if we put a lot of treatments, but we need to allow the people to have time between the treatments, between the activities that they're doing, to spend time by doing nothing. They're coming for an environment of working, and especially to the big cities.
And to unpack what they've just had. At the end of the day, if they've had a stunning aromatherapy massage, that's enough. That's already, their body needs to absorb that time. Absolutely. If they've got that and then a facial and then manicures and then they go for a Reiki and then they do, it's just too many things.
Of course. It's better to have the price of the treatment higher and allow the people to use the facilities and relax instead of bombarding them with one treatment after the other. They don't want this, most of them.
Yeah, that's lovely. So I'll ask your favourite quote, my favourite question at the end of every episode.
My favourite quote, which I didn't think, but I always say that we have to think that wellness is not about the lack of health. It's about the change of a lifestyle. So if it means that we don't have to get sick to change and to become, healthy and with a mind that is clear and is relaxed. We have to change our lifestyle to prevent things in order to avoid all of the different kind of health problems that they are coming. So we think that wellness is not about the lack of health. It's about the change of a lifestyle.
Yeah. Actually, I just wrote a newsletter for my club that had that as the main topic. It's a person with health has 1,000 dreams, and a person without their health has just one, and that's to get their health back.
Yes, absolutely.
So if you're healthy, you can keep dreaming and planning, and absolutely right. So bonus question now. Pick anyone you want. This is from the team. I'll read it to you.
Here it is to me.
And let's see what you got. Drum roll. If you had to write a book tomorrow, what would it be about? What would you write about? I love that. I almost know the answer, but...
If I would write a book
tomorrow, what would it be about?
Oh my God. I've got a lot of things that I want to say. It might sound very, I don't know, how can I say, but I will write a book about my life experience.
Yeah.
Honestly, because I've been through a lot to get where I am at the moment. And I want to say to people that, I want to give the message that it doesn't matter how many times you will fail on the ground, you need to move on and stand up and move forward. And I have done this through exercise, and exercise gave me a lot of mental health and to do this. because I've got a lot of stress. I'm a person that has a lot of stress.
But you found your way to cope with it.
Of course.
Yeah, and that's part of life's battles. We all have our own demons and obstacles to overcome, and we have to find our own way. As you said, for someone it might be meditating, for another person it's exercise, whatever it is to help us get through. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that, and I hope you do write that book, because everybody's story can be someone else's survival guide. So your story could be what would you call your book?
Oh my God. I don't know. Keep moving.
Keep moving.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Keep moving.
Keep moving.
Because if you stop, you stay behind. And especially, during the COVID, a lot of people, they just stay without acting, without thinking about how their business will move on and forward and all of these things. So I said to everybody, we have to think, what is the next step? What we are doing now? Because when everything opens, you will be way ahead of everybody else. And if you keep moving and looking forward and have a goal,
and keep educating yourself. And I think that's been one of your key successes. You love learning, you've loved education, and education doesn't have to be in the form of formal education at universities. It can be reading, it can be talking to people, and it's just learning every day. And growth.
Yes, because it's an industry, and all of generally the industry is the industry of wellness, spa, and hospitality. It's all the time is changing.
Well, the father of medicine, Hippocrates, said that 300 years BC, didn't he? He said, that's when you can give up, when you stop growing and moving. So
yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much, George. It's been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for having me here.
I loved it. I hope everybody will listen to this, because I know that everybody will gain from this lovely conversation we've had.
Thank you very much.
Your story is inspirational, and I can't wait to see what else you do. There's so much more to come.
Yes, of course. Congratulations for this. It's a fantastic idea. It's something that, you are changing people's lifestyle.
I hope so. In little ways.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to Hotel Talk, and I hope that you're enjoying every single moment of this exciting show. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because it helps us more than you may realize. And if you can like and comment on whatever platform that you've chosen to listen to this podcast, that would be great. If you'd like to stay in touch, do follow me on social media and click on www.straphael.com. The exact website is in our show notes, and you can join our Seahorse Club, where you can get exclusive offers and discounts and learn so much about our wonderful hotel here in Limassol, Cyprus. And also, if you'd like to email our reservations team and just quote Hotel Talk, they will be sure to give you an extra special price when you're booking your next trip with us. So we look forward to seeing you soon. Stay tuned, listen up more, and feedback is always more than welcome. Thank you.